Hi, it's Campbell Such. This is Mind Bite Thursday. This week I had a really interesting encounter with some students at an organisation called Aspire 2, who are an international technical training school who, amongst the other things that they do, also teach IT related things specifically around software and networking to level 6 and to level 7. And they asked me to come and talk at their project presentation every term. They arrange with commercial organisations to have their students go out and do an internship in groups and build something that's valuable and useful for that organisation that they can then deliver and use, and helps them in terms, the students in terms of experience in the real world. And the session this week was the presentation of those projects by the 6 groups. And what I wanted to just cover off today was the things that I talked about with them and how they were around the non-technical side of things. So I just asked them to put their technical things aside, and the key for me is that this may help you specifically, but you probably already know these things, so perhaps more of a reminder that these things are key for the teams that you deal with and the people in the organisations that you deal with. So the first thing was ask questions. Questions are such powerful things for getting to clarifying communication, understanding what someone really thinks and means and wants, and especially when you're dealing with software and looking for requirements or anything else where you want to understand what the other person truly means, questions will help you understand that. And then on the other side of it is around building connections with people. Curiosity, that's the key in asking questions to try and find out what's that thing. If you go into a communication with someone, what's the thing about them that's special that you can understand and find, and it will help to build that communication and that connection with them that you can then build in the long term. The second one was, don't be afraid to say I don't know or I don't understand. The only question that's a dumb question is the one that wasn't asked. Critical to be open to do that. Really hard for most of us because we don't want to appear stupid, but that's a key thing and will help a lot. Third one is take notes. So when you're learning, when you're finding out new things, take copious notes and then review them every day ideally, and it will help massively increase the amount of retention and usefulness of those notes. The fourth one was feedback. So most of us, when we take feedback, it's easy to step back, see it as a criticism, and we miss out on the real benefit. If you take the opposite approach, which is to lean into the criticism or the feedback which you may perceive as criticism, then there's a potential to learn a whole lot from it. I had a direct report of mine years ago who came out of technical school. He showed a lot of promise, but when he started, he wasn't taking notes. He was asking the same question over and over again, and everyone was getting frustrated. Some robust conversations I had with him meant that things improved, and the thing that I really admired about him was that every time we had one of those conversations, rather than the bottom lip dropping to the ground and arms folded and stepping back, he stepped into it, saw it as an opportunity to learn and to better himself, and he went boom, 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 just got better and better. It was amazing. And then the last one is to take ownership, which is make sure that when you're given something that you own it, that you communicate effectively around it, that you don't wait to be prompted all the time. Feed problems back up the line, feed status back up the line, and get known as the person who, when you get given something, delivers it, and you can be left to go and do that. Then the other piece are the 3 foundational skills that are critical for your long-term success. The first one is soft skills, so skills around dealing with people, skills around how you manage yourself. So the ones around managing yourself are prioritization, planning, decision-making, creativity, those areas, and then the key ones around other people are influence, persuasion, how you communicate clearly, questioning, all of those other skills, and there's a whole bunch in both of those areas. The second piece is lifelong learning. So we live in an exponential world. Everything's changing so quickly. The skills that we have today aren't going to be the skills that we need tomorrow necessarily. I read the other day that historically the half-life of a skill is 30 years. That means it takes 30 years for it to drop down to half its value. Now that's 6 years, and it's dropping as we go through this exponential change that we're going through at the moment. So lifelong learning, key skill we all need to keep learning right through our careers and right through our lives. And then the last piece is around building a network of connections and how valuable that is for getting a job, finding candidates when you're looking for candidates, getting problems solved, all of those things. Don't wait till you're later in life. Start when you're young, start to build those connections, keep information around people so that you can build them over long term and be able to both reach out and help people without any expectation of anything in return, and also when you need some help to be able to reach out and know that your network can help you. So that's Mind Bite Thursday for this week. Campbell Such, over and out. See you next week. Bye.